Hey everybody, welcome back to the Smoking Syndicate. I'm your host, Ben Lee, here in the Tatuai Studios in beautiful Asheville, North Carolina. And for this review, we're going to be taking a look at the new Perdomo Legacy Shade Grown in the Epicure size. How did it do? Stay tuned to find out. The Perdomo Legacy Cigars was a cigar line created by Nicholas Perdomo III on his dad, Nick Perdomo Jr.'s birthday, on his 60th birthday. And this uses a very unique wrapper for the cigar. It's Nicaraguan shade grown that is a from a hybrid seed that is from Cameroon and Cuba and grown out of the Perdomo's tobacco farm in Estelí, Nicaragua. Now, it's a lot different from what they usually do with this line, where they have a sun grown along with a Maduro and a Connecticut. Though the Legacy does have a Maduro and a Connecticut, but the difference in all three of these cigars is the shade grown. The shade grown is used as a wrapper on this cigar we're reviewing tonight. And the shade grown is also used in the other two, the Maduro and the Connecticut, but in the binder. And they're all used Nicaraguan fillers. So let's take a look at this cigar right here. It's actually a really beautiful looking cigar. The band is absolutely gorgeous. They always have really good looking bands. I really enjoy that. What they do there, real good artistic. There's the end of the cigar there. Just a really beautiful looking cigar. Let me go ahead and cut this and let's see how it is. No, this cigar was actually pretty hard for me to get a hold of. I did get a hold of one of these at the trade show, and we don't carry them at the shop that I work at B&B Tobacconist in Asheville, North Carolina. Um, so I was actually able to pick these up when I was actually on a trip in Jacksonville, Florida. Perfect draw. I really like the draw of these. All the ones I've had so far, most Perdomos usually have a really good draw on them. They're usually perfect milkshake draw. Now there's a nice little spiciness that's on this one as well. This draw that is pretty unique. It's not. I don't know. I guess what always expect, because I think that Perdomo, and I actually told this to Nick and Nicholas, that I think that they're the king of sun-grown tobacco because their sun-grown cigars are absolutely amazing. So I was really curious about how this shade-grown tobacco would hold up. Now, what I get in this opening is a little bit of like a leather, cedar, a nice little spice that I can't really pinpoint, and a nice little kind of nuttiness about it too. Always kind of reminds me of when you eat a roasted pecan, kind of that flavor. Really good, off to a good start. I'm gonna go ahead and light this up, and I'll come back to give you the overall operations and its score. See you in a second. Everybody, I'm back, and I'll go ahead and lit this cigar up. It's got a really good, nice, spicy flavor. It's got, to me, it has like some leather notes, a little bit of hint of cinnamon, which I think it was that spice I was picking up on the retro hit or the on the pre-light draw, along with some cedar, that roasted pecan note. There is black pepper that's in there, of course, to stick around with tobacco, with just a hint of like a citrus note and a little bit of cocoa. Not a whole lot. It's just kind of in there in the background. I mostly, when I retro the cigar, I get the cedar, the black pepper, and a hint of that citrus on the retrohale, which is pretty nice. Actually, I really enjoy that. Um, the cigar kind of has a short to medium finish right down the first third. But I'd say it's got, it's probably medium to full. Probably, I would say medium body, medium to full on flavor, and medium on strength as well. So it starts off really good. So on the second third, uh, cocoa leather have become a little bit more dominant on it. The cinnamon, that roasted pecan flavor has kind of faded somewhat. Uh, I still get the cedar, the black pepper, um, along with that hit of citrus. It's still there, but it's a little bit more leveled out now. Red Rail pretty much has stayed the same. Um, and I would say there's like, I don't know, a slight, uh, kind of a slight sourness that's developing, but just slightly. Now, there's also a nice little sweetness that is on the first third that is kind of mellow, but as it goes into the second third, it kind of ramps up a little bit. It's almost like a honey sweetness about it. Now, when it gets to the final third, that black pepper kind of really picks up in there. It gets more spicy. Um, the roasted pecans and the baking spice, or like the cinnamon note, kind of fades away. I get a little bit more of that cedar and leather, but a lot more of that black pepper on the end, and that sweetness dies down quite a bit on the final third. Retro Hill remains the same pretty much throughout, but on the final third, for me, the kind of the body and the strength ramp up to probably say medium plus to just a little bit below full. Overall, I thought it was a really good cigar, a very unique flavored cigar. I enjoyed the flavors; it was pretty good. This I forgot to mention that the Epicure is a 6 by 54, kind of a stout, pretty stout Toro, really. But I would say this cigar for me, I was scored an 89. Really good, solid cigar. Nothing has really wowed me, but I think it's a very solid cigar. Remained very consistent. The burn was terrific. Construction's fantastic, as you kind of would expect for Perdomo. The end of it was a little bit slightly flat, but not too bad. But I still like the cigar. So I think 89 is a pretty fair score for this one. Now, Coop did have this as his cigar of the year last year. So that'll tell you something. And I'll also put a link in the write up for this one on the website about, linking to his review of this same cigar, plus also his cigar of the year article that he had on this one as well. So, anyway, on that note, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.